Welcome to Millbrook for action between the Peterborough Timbermen and the Ohsweken Bears. This game was rescheduled from another date due to weather. Pretty bad weather today. And if you look at the Ohsweken bench, only 8 runners, I believe, at this point in time. And potentially could have been canceled tonight, but we're going to play on with two teams completely lopsided in terms of how many players, how many runners they've got on the floor. Ohsweken 1-8 at this point in the season. Right behind them in the standings, the Peterborough Timbermen 1-9. Ohsweken on a 5-game losing streak. The Timbermen coming off their first win of the season as the Bears are set up in the offensive zone. It's turned over and back the other way. Go the Timbermen. Long pass is broken up as Johnson stepped in, dropped a shoulder and disrupted that pass. Ohsweken looks back up the floor. I'm Dan Malta calling the game tonight here in Millbrook. And it's going to be a challenge for the Bears, that's for sure. It's an underhand shot saved as Ethan Woods holds on to it, dishes it off, and back up the floor go the Timbermen. Carried across center floor by Dory. He kicks it back for Cole Hannerhan, handed off once again, and on the attack are the Timbermen. Sent back up to the top of the house. Smith heads into some traffic. Shot from range is saved, and the rebound scooped up by the Bears. Bounced down the floor with numbers. The Bears look for a shot, saved by Woods. Rebound goes into the corner where it's scooped up by Ohsweken. They'll reset. Full shot clock to work with, set up in the offensive zone. Played up to the top of the house. Jonah Mohawk fires. Reset, but it goes up and out of play. A shot off of Ethan Woods, so it's Bears ball. Set up in behind, trying to dunk that one. Bounces into the corner. Loose ball picked up by Ohsweken. Back to the top of the house. Mohawk sends it across. Coming off the half wall, making a move now, driving in, and they score the opening goal of the game. It's Heron Snow jamming that one home. 2 minutes into the action, 1-0 Bears, and they're going to need everything they can get early with the amount of runners they have. You got to think eventually they're going to run out of steam here. Henry and Nakamura on the draw. And you can see in your shot right now just the difference in the two benches. Peterborough Timbermen loaded up. Loose ball scooped up by the Timbermen off the draw. Jackson drives in. Lets some changes happen before dishing it off himself and heading for a change. McAlpine sends it down low for Nakamura. He sends it back across for Curtis. Winding, firing, that bouncer misses wide, goes off the glass. It's Bears ball. Worked across center, Martin now. Plays it up. Kick back for Mohawk. Down to the half wall. Up top once again. Henry can't corral that pass. It's picked up by Peterborough. Scott Arsenault fires the ball in deep, heads off for a change. It's Connor Curtis letting things develop, inching it towards the goal, then sending it back up top. Smith dishes and drives, sets a pick. Hannerhan spins off a check of Mohawk and fires one. And rebound picked up by Ohsweken. And this is a rare instance. You're going to see players from the Bears in transition all game, playing defense, playing offense. This is a throwback to lacrosse from 30 years ago. And there's another goal. It's Heron Snow with his second of the game. This one coming from a little bit further out. So with 9 runners, the Ohsweken Bears are up 2-0 early. Nakamura wins the draw. Some changes taking place for both teams as the Timbermen work it up the floor.
Ohsweken goal, scorer number 32.
Here's Doherty.
Assist number 34.
Working off a screen, sending it in deep. Worked around, faked, and Brentsel gets a shot off, but saved, and it's turned over back the other way. It's Mohawk. Scoops the ball ahead, keeps working up the floor. Back for Mohawk as he takes the pass from Whiteford. Decides just to try and get a sneaky shot off. That's blocked and goes into the corner. Sent up high. Picked up. But that pass broken up by the Timbermen. They'll drive it back across center in transition. Lyons fakes a pass. Holds onto it in the corner. Lyons up top. The driving Hannerhan fakes a shot. Turns back around and lets things set up. Half the shot clock expired as Hannerhan works it across. Fake shot driving in. Saved by Goa Abrams. Here's Mohawk. Chopping across center, faking a pass, and eventually sending it, then driving it. Bomberry sends it in. Whiteford now works it back up top. Shot from range, they score! Jonah Mohawk makes it 3-0, Ohsweken. Looks like the Bears are rallying behind their lack of players on the bench. And off the draw, it's picked up by Jake Bomberry. Fumbles it briefly as the Timbermen try and force this ball back across center, and driving his hair in snow, he sends it into the seam, picked up. Shot from Dawit Martin gets handled and back up the floor. It's Doherty for Hannerhan. Hannerhan into the corner. Nakamura can't corral that pass. Scooped up now by the Bears, and they're up the floor with numbers. Patterson's just going to drive this one. It ends up being scooped up by Ethan Woods as he assesses the situation, looks up the floor. Floats one for Bragg. Justin Bragg spins off a check. Drives into traffic. He's set up in front. Doherty working around some checks on the outside. Gets a shot through, saved by Abrams. Abrams back up. Numbers again for the Bears. There's a big save from Ethan Woods as he darts across the crease. Hustling up the floor this time are the Timbermen. Sands. Holding. Works off of Connor Curtis. Curtis steps in, fires that one. Saved by Abrams. Rebound scooped up by the Bears. And here's Mohawk. Penalty pending for the Timbermen. Heading to the box is Parker Sands for a cross-check behind the play. He's going to get 2 minutes for cross-checking and 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. Down 3, tough spot for the Peterborough Timbermen as the Ohsweken Bears get set on a 4-minute power play. Work back up top. Mohawk awaits the return on the give and go. He's at the top of the house, sends it back across through the seam. Back down low. And a shot saved by Woods. Rebound picked up by Peterborough, but then turned over immediately. Mohawk sends it down, and they're back on the board. Dawit Martin makes it 4-0. Quick strike on the power play for Ohsweken. Just a moment of confusion here, I think, as they're trying to figure out the penalty on the scoreboard. 8:13 remaining in the first quarter. The Ohsweken Bears up 4-0 over the Peterborough Timbermen. These two teams right beside each other in the standings. And off the draw, Nakamura is awarded possession. As Henry jumped the gun, Nakamura swarmed and eventually sent down to the ground.
Time of that power play goal, 11:27.
And a penalty there on that play to Alex Henry. So a 4-on-4, which will end up being a 9-second power play for the Timbermen when it's said and done. So almost matching penalties now. A lot of room on the floor. This is a challenge, you got to imagine, for the Bears just because of the amount of runners they have. McNutt sends it across, darts in deep. Hanrahan's shot goes off a noggin and out of play. Fresh shot clock. Timbermen on the attack, looking for their first of the game, down 4-0. Hanrahan works off of a screen, carries it back up top. He's looking for something underhand, goes overhand, fires one, saved by Abrams. Rebound goes into the corner where it's scooped up by the Bears, then sent down the floor. A foot race onto this one. Battle down low. Bragg just battling for this one, but it's won by the Bears. That was Isaac Vanderslam. Back on the attack are the Timbermen. Brenzel holds it up top, fakes a pass, drops it off for Bragg. Back up top for Smith. Doesn't have a screen. Finds one back the other way. Ducks underneath a check. Runs into some more traffic. Turnover, and Mohawk is up the floor all alone. Mohawk grabs it, fakes, scores. Jonah Mohawk's second of the game. A heads-up play. A bit of a gamble there as the possession was still in favor of the Timbermen. It turned over, and he was up the floor, just yelled out for the pass. He got it. 5-0 now. And still in the first quarter here, 6:41 remaining. Ball scooped up by the Timbermen off the draw. White kicks it back to Doherty. Doherty directing traffic before darting in behind the net. Circles the wagon, sends it back up top. Shot from range, they get their first of the game. That's Bryce Dennis driving one home. Four-on-4 for another 8 seconds before the Timbermen will have a man advantage for about 9 seconds. And we'll be right back with more action between Ohsweken and Peterborough. Back underway between the Peterborough Timbermen and Ohsweken Bears in Millbrook. Currently 5-1 Ohsweken. They got off to a hot start. About to be shorthanded for 9 seconds. McNutt holds, fires. Saved by Abrams. Battle now for the rebound. Loose ball still rolling around before it's picked up by the Bears. Rolled up the floor where it's scooped up by Heron Snow. He's got 2 on the game so far and drops it off for Jonah Mohawk, who also has a pair this evening. Now Snow sends it back up top, back to even strength here. Nice pass through, and stepping in the crease there, trying to get a shot off where the Bears back the other way, hustling up the floor are the Timbermen. King doesn't quite get to center, but floats it across to McAlpine. McAlpine finds Hanrahan. Hanrahan. And now the Bears looking to get something going in transition. Patterson gets away from one check before being pinned into the boards. Turned over, back the other way come the Timbermen, hustling down the floor, and Doherty scores! Ben Doherty makes it 5-2. .5:07 to play now in the quarter. As you can't say the tide has turned yet, but the wave is certainly dissipated from the pressure from the Bears.
Peterborough goals for number 9, Ben Doherty. Assist by number 23, Kristen Jackson. Doherty from Jackson.
Parker Sands picks it up, sends it across for Nakamura. Nakamura into the corner for the Timbermen. Now Curtis works off a check, has some space. Back through the seam, Nakamura, shot from the side. That's handled by Abrams. Rebound into the corner, battle down low, scooped up by the Bears. Loose ball once again. Nakamura down low, grabs it, dives. Just barely gets a shot off there. Impressive effort. Vanderslam drops it off for Mohawk. He just steps in, looks for a lane, switches hands briefly. Still has a check on top of him. Sends it right through the seam, finds Bomberry. Bomberry through the middle. Loose ball, scooped up by the Bears. Vanderslam gets a shot off, saved by Woods. Woods dishes near side. Brad Lyons drops it off and drives. McAlpine works the ball across for Hanrahan. 4 minutes remaining now in the opening quarter. Hanrahan drives into the corner. Doesn't find anything there. Back across Lyons. Winds up. Underhand shot. Just barely grabbed by Abrams. Caught that one in the armpit. Now Snow drives, ducks back, gets a shot against the grain. That one misses wide, goes up out of play. Arsenault driving up the floor. Let's see if he tries to get something going in transition. No, he's just going to turn it back and set things up. Here's McAlpine for McNutt. All set up in the offensive zone now are the Timbermen. Up top for Smith. He takes a hard check. And back up the floor. There's a clear lane. No, he couldn't handle the ball. But Martin scoops it up. Sends it back up top for Snow. Impressive pace in this one on a Friday night. Mohawk rips an underhander from range. It's grabbed by Woods. He then floats it down the floor. Here's Dennis. He's got a man right on his back. Gets away from that check. Tries to drive one home. Goes right through the crease. Ends up scooped up by the Timbermen. Shot from up top. That's going to be turned over. Bit aggressive on the screen up top for the Timbermen. Mohawk sends it up the floor, grabs a change. It's Bomberry. Using his speed, getting the outside, sending it back across the zone, bouncing ball. Jackson's on top of it. He's got a few Bears right on top of him, tries to send it back into the middle. Bragg didn't see it coming, now loose ball, eventually picked up by Hanrahan. Impressive fake right in front of us to dodge that check. Now set up with 15 on the shot clock. 2:10 to go in the quarter. McNutt sends it back up top. McAlpine works it across. Connor Curtis assessing, sends it across once again. It's Hanrahan driving into the corner. Nothing doing there. He's checked closely and the shot clock expires. Bomberry shuttles it up the floor. It's Martin. Works it back up to the top of the house. Dishes to the half wall. Patterson working a cycle. Trying to get a shot off from the slot. Whiteford scores on the underhanded backhand shot. And a scrum afterwards as well. And I think this is going to result in a power play for the Bears. James Whiteford gets on the board, the points leader for the Ohsweken Bears. And as the dust settles here, we'll just take a look who's actually heading to the penalty box. And it looks like we've got 2 going to the box for the Timbermen, 1 for the Bears. Minute 34 remaining in the quarter as the Ohsweken Bears lead the Peterborough Timbermen 6-2 here in Millbrook. It's going to be Bears ball. Oh no, they're going to do a draw. Just waiting to see what's actually going to go up on the clock. Didn't see any signals on the penalties. It looks like just 5-on-4 for 2 minutes is going to be the situation here. Draw scooped up by Vanderslam. Works it up quickly, Bomberry. Down into the corner. Full change in now for the Bears. So they set things up on the power play. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Bomberry fires one and scores. Jake Bomberry on the power play with a bit of a change-up. Bounces that one home. It's 7-2 now. I think it's safe to say this isn't the first quarter anybody was expecting when they saw the bench for the Bears before this game. Picked up by Doherty off the draw. He'll grab a change. As Crow dives in deep. Sent back up top for Brenzel. Drives, goes to the backhand, spins away from a check. He's checked closely, pinned into the boards, maintaining possession. Now out of his stick, he gets back to center and knocks it back, avoids the over and back. Bragg now digging hard down low, runs into Johnson, each with one hand on their stick. It's going to be Bears ball. Mohawk works it across center, 35 to go in the opening quarter. Passes it across to Whiteford. He dishes it, drives. Held on to, brought up to the top by Henry. Just chip it back in deep. Whiteford for Mohawk. It gets to Ethan Woods. He corrals it and sends it down the floor looking for Arsenal. Knocked down by Patterson. He's got a couple of Timbermen right on top of him, so just swat this ball back into the zone. 10 seconds remain. Mohawk through the seam, shot off the bar. Four seconds to work with now. One last shot, saved by Woods, and that'll do it for the opening quarter. 7-2 the score for the Ohsweken Bears. We'll be right back with the second quarter. All set for the second quarter between the Ohsweken Bears and the Peterborough Timbermen. Score sits at 7-2 Bears, as they've been getting reinforcements on their bench intermittently during the game. Some pretty bad weather has them short-staffed this evening, and they get one immediately to start the second quarter. 9 seconds in. It's Heron Snow's third of the game. Eight 2 now. Resetting on the draw. It's scooped up right away by the Bears, and they'll just hustle up the floor. Driving in deep, sending it back for Bomberry. He works the ball into the corner, just awaits the return of the ball, gets it, sends it, looks to send it towards the bench, just going to hold on to it. Bomberry getting pressured by Doherty. Works it into the corner. Top for Johnson. He's got a lane into the net. Saved by Woods. Reset. Picked up. Another shot saved by Woods as the ball goes in behind. Parker Sands. He'll drive up the floor. Darts through two, checks. Now in a 1-on-3 situation. He dishes it off to some open space where Curtis circles it back. Checked. He'll dish it. Handerhan. taking his time, only 9 seconds on the shot clock. Sends it through. Smith was darting towards the net, but the pass a little bit too tall. Long pass from Henry to a unassuming teammate. Didn't see that one coming, so it's turned over. Driving up the floor now is Bragg. He's pretty much all alone, so just turn back, dish it off for McAlpine. Jack McAlpine cuts in. That shot kicked away. He picks up the rebound, sends it down low. Here's Hanrahan. Fakes a shot, spins away from a check. Johnson on top of him. Now Smith up top, fires one. Saved him back the other way come the Bears. Passed ahead, Vanderslam. It's saved by Woods. Took a second to find the rebound. He's got it now. Sends it up to Dennis. Dennis trots across the line and fires it in deep. Doherty works it back up top. Curtis drives the ball into the corner. That pass misses the mark. Scooped up by McNutt, and now here's McAlpine working it. Strong side, steps into the middle, fires, stopped right in the 5-hole. Great stick work there from Goa Abrams. Bouncing ball grabbed by Vanderslam. He fires it in deep. He'll grab a change. Short shifts. Got to be key for the Bears. Here's Mohawk to Bomberry. Now Whiteford. Stuck on the outside right now are the Bears to Bomberry. Fires that one. Saved by Woods. At least he's got a piece of him. Looked to be going wide. Now grabbed by the Timbermen. 3-on-2 up the floor. White. Stutter steps in, gets a shot on nets. Saved pretty easily by Abrams, and it's Snow to Bomberry. Sends it back up top. Mohawk in deep and drives. Calls for it back. A shot from range from Patterson is handled by Woods. He'll scoop it up and look up the floor. Whiteford harassing him, but that pass gets through clean to Parker Sands. Sands across the line, passes it in deep. Curtis couldn't grab that one. Gets on top of it in the corner. Wings around and fires a pass into his own bench. McNutt in a ton of pain as he headed off the floor as well. Just by the way Colton McNutt is acting, it doesn't appear he'll be coming back to this one. Hopefully he's okay. Now here's Doherty. He's got Arsenault with him. Doherty in all alone, shoots wide. Bouncing ball. Arsenault grabs it just before it gets back across center. Sent in deep for Doherty. 12 seconds to go in the shot clock. Curtis drives, shoots. That's saved by Abrams. Rebound goes up and out of play. Back down the floor now. Henry snaps one towards the net. Nakamura scoops up the rebound. 10:32 to go in the half. White has some space, but he'll send it up top. Hanrahan has a man bearing down on him. Illegal sub is called against the Timbermen. So back to the power play. Go the Ohsweken Bears. 8-2 the score. 10:25 to go in the opening half. An update on Colton McNutt. He's still on the bench, just looking like he's in some discomfort. Bomberry up top for Whiteford. Whiteford at the top of the house. He's just going to drive one. He buries it. Quick work on the power play, just 8 seconds in. And James Whiteford grabs his second of the game.
Peterborough bench minor for illegal substitution. Bench minor for illegal substitution. That penalty was served by number 2, Tucker King. Down the penalty, 4:35. Ohsweken power play goal, scored by number 23, James Whiteford. Assist to number 8.
Battle for the bouncing ball. It's picked up by Vanderslam.
Jake Bomberry.
Right through. Impressive behind the back pass from Henry. But the Bears couldn't finish it off. Now Doherty has it. There's an injury behind the play for the Bears. You know, they definitely don't want that tonight. Driving was White. Gets a shot off, but it's back the other way. That was Vanderslam in some distress for the Ohsweken Bears. He's getting attended to on the bench right now. Hayden Burt sends it across. Picked up by Whiteford. They keep the cycle going. Mohawk looking for Whiteford. That bounces off the glass. Picked up in front, and they score again. That's Kyle Pedwell grabbing that one. 10-2 now. 9:29 to play in the first half. And that's going to be the end of the night for Ethan Woods. Ryan Masters making his way to the net for the Peterborough Timbermen.
Ohsweken goal, scored by number 88, Kyle Pedwell.
Scooped up by the Bears off the draw. Henry drives it up the floor, quick shot. That bounces up and out of play. It'll be Timberman ball. We'll just drive this into the Bear zone. Dennis has a lane, sends it through the seam. Picked up, they don't get a shot off. Now Nakamura harassed in the corner as he tries to grab the bouncing ball. He's got it, he steps out with it, just gonna drive and try and fire that one in, but stepped in the crease. Back the other way, go the Bears. It's Snow. He's got the most goals individually in this game with 3 on the evening. Up top to Mohawk. Quick give and go. Back up top. Long range shot bounces wide. Bouncing ball grabbed by Crow. He's got Sands driving. Parker Sands buries one for the Timbermen. (10-3) now. And we'll keep the tally of how the score looks since the goaltending change for the Peterborough Timbermen. See how much of a spark it may have provided. All right, the Bears, shorter player before we start the draw.
Peterborough goal, scored by number 12, Parker Sands. Assist by number 11,
Justin Bragg. Kicks it back for Nakamura. Shot on net, rebound, buried by Keegan White. (10-4) now. 8:34 to go in the first half. On a snowy March Friday evening in Millbrook. There's White. Darting in and out of traffic. He'll head off for a change after dishing it down low. Curtis fires it across the top. McAlpine keeps the spin cycle going as he finds Hanrahan. That shot saved by Abrams.
6:26.
Fresh clock to work with now for the Timbermen. Lagana driving in, creating some traffic as it's passed across by Hanrahan. It hits the stick of Curtis, then bounces out of play. And the Bears get a free pass on that possession. Vanderslam for Bomberry. Bomberry kicks it back. Hayden Burt toes the line, dishes it. Vanderslam looking for an outlet as he backpedals into the corner, gets one. That shot saved by Masters, and back the other way it's Doherty. He's got King with him. Doherty firing, scores, top corner. Number 2 on the game for Ben Doherty. 10-5 now as the Timbermen are on a 3-goal run since making a change in between the pipes.
Peterborough goal, scored by number 9, Ben Doherty, unassisted. Doherty, unassisted.
Keegan White holds, sends it up top. Parker Sands fires it across for Dennis. To Bragg. He's checked closely by Patterson. Shakes him and gets back up top for White. White dishes it to Dennis. He buries that one. Bryce Dennis grabs his second of the game. The Timbermen back within 4. Henry grabs the ball off the draw. Uses the referee as a pick. Pretty heads-up play there. Creates some space. There's Mohawk. Holding it up top. Works a couple give-and-goes. Whiteford. Checked closely. Just waiting for something to develop. Bomberry sets a screen. That pass missing. Now Nakamura. He's got some traffic to work through. It's turned over. Mohawk drove him down to the floor, finds Bomberry in deep, saved by Masters. A handful of Timbermen just rushed up the floor looking for that outlet pass. We got a couple whistles on the play. We'll be right back with more action between the Timbermen and the Bears here in Millbrook. Yeah.
That's money.
Yeah. Burt drives it in for the Bears. He's checked closely. There's Parker Sands keeping the pressure on. Now Mohawk. Check by Doherty, spins off that check, sends it through the seam. Whiteford gets a shot off, saved by Masters. Rebound picked up in behind by the Bears. It's going to be Timberman ball, but an injury in the corner. That's Steve Borden down on the floor. Saw him fall awkwardly a little bit, didn't catch the cause of the fall. And good to see he's getting to his feet. 6:12 to play in the opening half in Millbrook. The Ohsweken Bears lead the Peterborough Timbermen 10-6. I'm Dan Malta. Thanks for tuning in to enjoy this action. It's been a bit back and forth for the second half, or the second quarter. First quarter dominated by the Bears. Here's Curtis trying to pass one through. That's picked off. Impressive hand-eye coordination by Mohawk. Up the floor now, Johnson to Henry. He's got some space. He'll just kick it back up top. Henry finds Bomberry. He spins, drops it off for Mohawk. Bomberry now, underhand, saved by Masters. The Timbermen are on a 4-goal run since making a goaltending change. Ryan Masters stepping in for Ethan Woods. Vanderzam works it up top. Mohawk down low for Burt. Couldn't get a shot off. Jackson collides with Burt. Fires him down to the floor. Back up top, it's Mohawk. 12 seconds to work with on the shot clock. In the corner, Burt looking up top. Picked up by Vanderzam. Spins off the check of Jackson and drives. Saved by Masters. Less than 5 to play now in the half as Dennis works it across center. Koichi Nakamura fires it down low and drives. Hand through the seam. No shot there from Peterborough, but rebound corralled by Braden Smith. Smith fires that one. Rebound picked up by Sands. Now McAlpine. He's got a man on his back, has to be aware of that. He's now going to drive it in and fire. Saved by Abrams, picked up by McAlpine. He'll try and jam that one home, but that's going to be Bears ball. Snow sends it up as Whiteford calls out slow to slow things down. And that's exactly what the Bears are doing here. They're trying to get their legs back underneath them, the short bench. Whiteford finds a lane. Bomberry can't corral that pass. Bouncing ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Possession changed. It's grabbed by the Bears, and they got a fresh clock. Snow fires, scores. His 4th of the game. Makes it 11-6. Great resilience down low by the Bears. As they fight for that loose ball, get it back and bury one. And we got a timeout called by the Ohsweken Bears. We'll pick things up momentarily. .347 to go in the half. The Ohsweken Bears lead the Peterborough Timbermen 11-6 at this point. The Timbermen grab possession, get to work here, fresh off of the Bears timeout. Dennis works it down low for Nakamura. Up to the top of the house, Connor Curtis works it into the corner. Brenzel driving to the outside, checked closely. Back up top, Lagana. A lot of ball movement here from the Timbermen as they get a shot towards the net, but wide. That'll be Bears ball. The Bears doing a great job of spreading the floor out and utilizing space, trying not to run so much. Whiteford sends it across. Mohawk tries to get a shot off. That goes wide, scooped up by Whiteford. He sends it into the seam. Rebound goes in behind. Whiteford on it again. Tries to jam one home. He steps in the crease. And back the other way come the Timbermen. Ben Doherty, he's got a pair on the evening. Fires it in deep. Curtis to Smith. Braden Smith cuts into the middle, checked closely, sends it across for, well, now it's Hanrahan. Hanrahan trying to work in, but a ton of traffic. He gets in deep and scores. Oh, that one called off. .220 to go now in the half. A penalty coming up against the Timbermen. Extra runner on the floor, Bomberry. Fires from an angle. Fresh 30 to work with as they grab the rebound. Whiteford looks up top to Henry. The bench yelling to use it as the Bears take their time here with the extra attacker. Henry in tight. That's stolen away from him by Parker Sands. So with 1:47 to go in the opening half, the Bears will be going to a power play again on an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Bench minor for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Up top, it's Mohawk. Sends it across for Whiteford, gets it right back. The two of them work a give and go.
13.
Parts start moving. It's turned over. Parker Sands driving up the floor in a foot race. Goes one way around Mohawk. Tries to jam that one 5-hole. Handled by Abrams. Whiteford now. Taking his time, entering the zone. Sends it in deep for Bomberry. Set up in the standard house here are the Bears. That pass deflects up and out of play. And now it's Bragg driving up the floor. Finds Lyons, but he ran out of real estate, couldn't get a shot off. We're in the final minute of action here in the opening half. Lyons trying to kill the clock, 15 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Deflected up and out of play by Abrams, so that'll be Timberman ball with a fresh 30. Driving in deep is Brenzel. He runs into contact with Burt. Burt wrestles him down to the ground. They get untied. And I believe a penalty was called on the play. Yes, 2. It's going against Burt. So it'll be 4-on-4 for the remainder of the half. Referees have a quick discussion, and we will get back underway. Starting things off from up top, it's Cole Hanrahan.
2 minutes for roughing.
Dishes it off for Brenzel. Cuts up top, tries to send it through for Hanrahan. Trying to dunk that one in from behind the net, but sends it wide. Bradshaw sends it up top, Brenzel. Works in deep, 15 seconds to go in the half, 5 seconds on the clock. Bradshaw drives, has to get a shot off here. The Timbermen can't get one, and shot clock expires. It's going to be Bears ball. The Timbermen bench think that the Bears had it briefly. They'll just fire it up the floor amidst all the commotion. Vanderzam has a chance, but there on the back check was Parker Sands. His time expires in the opening half here in Millbrook. It is the Ohsweken Bears leading the Peterborough Timbermen by a score of 11-6. 11-6 is the score as we get set for the second half of action between the Ohsweken Bears and the Peterborough Timbermen. Ohsweken leading the way in this one. They're 1-8 on the season. The Timbermen 1-9. And Ohsweken looking to correct things after 5 straight losses. Got off to a great start in this one. The second half a little bit more in favor of the Timbermen as they made a goaltending change. Went on a 4-0 run since Ryan Masters entered the contest in between the pipes. And now here are the Timbermen in the offensive zone. I'm Dan Malta, happy to be here calling this one for you in Millbrook on a snowy Friday evening. McNutt works it up top. Quick pass, finds its way back to Hanrahan, aiming 5-hole. That's saved by Abrams and sent quickly up the floor by the Bears. Vanderzam finds the trailer. It's Snow looking for his 5th of this game. Chipped ahead by Doherty to Parker Sands. Now Cole Hanrahan. Slings it to Curtis. Now down low, Brenzel. Back up top, Hanrahan, Curtis. Fires, saved by Abrams. Launched up the floor, Vanderzam. 2 men on him, so he'll just take his time, kick it back for Snow. Snow for Bomberry. Bomberry creating some space, battling it, trying to get in deep. Pedwell grabs it up top, dishes it towards the Timberman bench. Now down low, it's Bomberry. Up top, Vanderzam slings one towards the net, saved by Masters. Dennis drives across center floor. Now it's a lane to the net. Dennis gets a shot off. It bounces in, but that's not going to count. Back the other way come the Bears. Mohawk to Bomberry. Whiteford making some space for Bomberry. Bomberry finds Mohawk. Long-range shot saved by Masters. Rebound is going to be scooped up by the Bears. Crow working hard defensively. But the Bears are able to corral this one and send it back up top and grab a change. Bomberry gets away from Parker Sands. Has some space to work with here. King checking him, driving him into the corner as the ball goes far side. 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock as it's grabbed by Arsenault. He's got speed to burn, and he'll use it to get up the floor across center. And a quick shot around Mohawk. That gets to the net. Now Mohawk is down in some pain. Looks like he's going to be all right as he heads off to the bench. Snow slings the ball across the line. Martin uses a screen. Great play there. Pedwell gets a shot on net, saved by Masters, and now trying to get out of the zone is Doherty. It's turned over back the other way. Snow, but getting back was Doherty to swat that one away. Over and back called. Picked up by White. He'll dish it and grab a change. It's Hanrahan assessing things from up top as he works the ball towards the half wall. Darts away from a check, utilizing a couple screens right across the zone. It's Curtis with a lane. Curtis drives, saved by Abrams. A moment of hesitation there as everybody was looking for the ball. The Bears have it, sent up the floor. It's Bomberry. Vander Zan. Back across the top of the zone. As Whiteford works off a check, finds Bomberry. That shot saved by Masters. Now Crow. He's got Bragg with him. Bragg grabs it as Crow drives. Bragg's going to get a shot off. That bounces wide and out of play. Back up the floor. Whiteford dishes to Vander Zan. He's checked by Bragg. Pedwell to Henry. He sends it across. Gives a screen. Back up top goes Pedwell. Darts away from a check. Gets a shot off, but well wide. The ball is going to bounce all the way to center where Whiteford knocks it down. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They score. A long-range goal for James Whiteford from the penalty box. That makes it 12-6 as the Bears are doubling up the Timbermen. And the save the clock shot turns into a goal. 10:20 to go in the third quarter. 12-6 the score in Millbrook. Ball quickly out of play off the draw. It's going to be Bears ball. They scoop it up, get things going. Martin chucks it down low, gets it right back at the top of the house. He'll drive to his right and try and find Henry streaking. It's intercepted and worked up the floor by Lyons. Lyons finds Jack McAlpine and just lets things develop before firing it in deep. McNutt back into the action after being injured in the first half. Brenzel gets out of traffic. Smith driving scores. Less than a second on the shot clock as well. And Braden Smith grabs his first of the game. Quick answer for the Timbermen. Makes it 12-7. Different look in the draw for the Bears as there's Johnson in there instead of Alex Henry. Nakamura bounces one That's picked off pretty easily by Snow. He'll stride up the floor as Patterson with him.
Assist by number 81.
Just taking his time, slowing things down is Snow. He awaits the reinforcements of Mohawk. Mohawk gets away from Crow. Pinned up against the boards, holding on to the ball, gets away from Dennis. Back up top, it's Snow. Snow, he'll drive. And we've got a battle going on here, Dennis and Mohawk. Penalty coming up to Jonah Mohawk as the Timbermen will head to the power play. Great opportunity for Peterborough to get things started. They've got to be feeling a sense of urgency now as they trail by 5 here in the second half. 8:54 to play in the third quarter. Bradshaw, two-hander hand. He'll sling one to the back of the net. 12-8 now. Quick work on the power play. 12 seconds is only how long it took to score that one. Henry and Nakamura on the draw. Henry had a shot at it, but quick on the ball was Parker Sands.
Assistant number 10, Aaron Bradshaw.
He's now darting away from checks like a water bug. And now Nakamura. Skips, drives to the outside, posts up, tries to send one through to White, and that goes off his melon and out of play. Burt for Snow. Snow leading the way offensively for the Bears this evening. He's got 4 goals so far. Pedwell passes it towards the Timbermen bench, where Whiteford will drive it in deep. Jackson checking him closely. No shot clock display right now on the Timbermen end, but they get a reset anyways. And Dennis works it up top. Brenzel holding on to it. There are 2 players way behind the play still getting into it. And that's going to be the cause of that whistle. So I believe it's going to be just Parker Sands heading to the box as he was tied up behind the play with James Whiteford. So on the power play now are the Bears. The shot clock back functioning in the Timberman end. Whiteford. Pedwell. Whitefield dishes. That shot soaked up by the Timberman. And driving back up the floor is Doherty. He gets a shot off. And Brad Lyons just starting to take steps now after taking that shot. That caught a meaty part of the leg by the sounds of it. Whiteford slings one in underhand. That makes it 13-8. And that's Whiteford's 4th of the game. Still having some issues with the shot clock here in the Timberman end. As they're trying to sort this one out with the old plug it in and then unplug it routine. And now we've lost shot clocks at both ends. think we're just going to play on here with one shot clock functioning. 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Still waiting for one more goal to go up on the board as well as they sort this issue out. Okay, we're going to go ahead with just one shot clock here in Millbrook. Picked up off the draw by Dennis. He fires one through looking for White. A little too hot to handle, and the Bears work the ball back the other way. Johnson fakes the drop off. Sneaky little play there as he now dishes to Pedwell.
Ohsweken power play goal, scored by number 23, James Whiteford.
Picked up in the corner.
Ryan Johnson.
Vanderslam scores from distance. That makes it 14-8. Isaac Vanderzam getting on the board. Hard battle on this draw. Still loose. Still on the floor, looking for somebody to scoop this one up. And here it is now, Timbermen ball. As it's inched across center by McNutt. Timbermen have no shot clock functioning now on offense as it's working at the other end. There's Snow. He's just going to drive it, dish it in. Vanderzam looking for his second on net. Another chance. Both handled by Masters. And Arsenault kicks it up a gear, drives up the floor, bounces it back for McAlpine. Jack McAlpine works it across the zone, now sent in deep. Picked up by Hanrahan. He'll shoot and score. Cole Hanrahan's second of the game. Now 14-9. Alex Henry and Kochi Nakamura drop down for the draw. It's picked up by Jackson. Jackson brings it in deep, works back, dishes and grabs a change. Dennis, a shot from distance as he keeps driving, then launches a man down to the floor. And we'll be right back for the conclusion of the third quarter. Back underway here in Millbrook as the Timbermen are on the attack. Picked up by Hanrahan. Most recent goal scorer in this one. He gets sent down to the floor. And Braden Smith is going to be sent to the box now. A little bit aggressive after the whistle. Now Whiteford working on the power play. Johnson back up top, Whiteford. Short pass, just misses. A battle down low as Bragg is disrupting everything.
Time of that penalty, 10-09.
Picked up down low by Johnson. He's behind. Masters tries to dunk. Scores. No. That's called off. Quickly back up the floor are the Timbermen. McAlpine takes a swat, gets sent down to the floor, fires it down low for Bradshaw. Bradshaw circling the wagons. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. He'll sling one from range. That one bounces wide. Minute to go on the power play for the Bears. A little bit less than 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Whiteford to Bomberry. They switch down low. And now Martin sends it in. Pedwell gets a shot off. Rebound scooped up by the Bears. Whiteford tries to get a shot through, and it's going to be Timberman ball. Parker Sands drives it in deep. 32 seconds left to kill for the Timbermen as Brenzel holds on to it. Looking for the shot clock. He's going to have to look behind his back. 15 seconds on the clock right now. Brenzel ducks in, ducks back out. That shot blocked. Hard impact right in front of us here as well as Vanderzam looks back for a quick taunt before getting a shot off. Brenzel trying to chase him back up the floor. Back to even strength here in Millbrook. The Timbermen aren't sending a player out yet. Now they've got one. Bouncing ball in the slot, scooped up. Quick shot handled by Masters. Now a battle. Bragg works through that, sends it up the floor. Jackson races on to it. 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Fakes a pass. Gets away from a check. And McNutt sends it across the zone. McAlpine works it back into the corner. Smith, fresh out of the penalty box, finds Connor Curtis. He cuts in towards the net. Shot saved by Abrams. Back the other way now. Come the Bears. Snow. More space than he knew what to do with there, it seems like, because he works it down low. And that'll be over and back. Timberman ball. Connor Curtis works the ball out of the corner. Up top, it's McNutt. Colton McNutt fakes, cuts in, shot wide. Grabbed by the Bears, and they'll just drive ahead up the floor with numbers. Patterson gets into the corner, runs out of real estate, tries to pass it back for Bomberry. That's broken up. Now Arsenal finds his way across center, looks for an outlet. Finds one now in the form of Braden Smith. Smith, forehand or hand, a spot he likes to work out of. He's got a lane to the net now, gets a shot off. Saved by Abrams, but scooped away by Brenzel. He's pinned in the corner by Vanderzam. These two have gone at it pretty hard this game. Superman shot there, doesn't find its way into the back of the net. And that'll be Bears ball. A minute to play here in the third quarter. Mohawk works off of a hard screen on Parker Sands. Dennis retaliates, and he's going to the box. Now Parker Sands mixing it up with Martin after that call. Another power play here for the Bears.
Dennis, 2 minutes for dead ball foul.
Whiteford
Dennis for dead ball foul. Time of that penalty.
takes it back at the top of the house. Heading into tonight's action, the Bears were working at 54% on the power play, doing a pretty good job tonight. Borden sends it ahead for McAlpine. Inside 30 seconds to go here in the quarter as McAlpine works it down low. He's checked closely, killing time here successfully on the penalty kill. 10 seconds on the shot clock, sent in deep. Nakamura lost the ball. And here's Snow now. 10 seconds remain in the third quarter. Snow to Whiteford. Extra runner on the floor for the Bears. Snow works it across for Bomberry. That shot misses wide as time expires in the third quarter. The score 14-9. Bears over Timbermen. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter of action. All set for the fourth quarter here in Millbrook. 14-9 the score. Hard impact as Burt runs into Nakamura. Clearly some remorse there after that impact. Hayden Burt heads to the box. And that's a 5-minute penalty going up. So 4-on-4 for a minute. And then a fantastic opportunity for the Peterborough Timbermen to get back into this game at the start of the fourth quarter. Timbermen coming off their first win of the season. The Bears working off a 5-game losing streak right now as McNutt drives and buries one. Quick to it, 4-on-4. That's Colton McNutt getting his first of the game. Timbermen back within 4. Could this be the point that the lack of runners catches up with the Ohsweken Bears? Draw scrambled, heads towards the penalty box. 3 Bears in there battling away, but out with the ball, it's Bragg.
13 seconds.
Justin Bragg across for Brad Lyons. Lyons grabs a change, as does Bragg. Now it's Bradshaw. He's got some speed. Utilize some space here, 4-on-4. McNutt works off a check, finds McAlpine. McAlpine driving, bouncer. That's saved by Abrams. Snow trots up the floor. I think he realizes he'll be shorthanded in 10 seconds. Bomberry works off a screen, utilizes some space, sends it back up top. Vanderzam carries it into the corner as the Timbermen are now on a power play. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock for the Bears as Vanderzam is able to sling one through. Doesn't really matter as it's turned over anyways. And now the Timbermen look to get set up on the power play and get back into this one. Sent up top, up to the floor. It's Vanderzam. Bragg right on his back. Trying to knock that ball loose, but Vanderzam swims away and gets in behind.
2-5-4-9.
Vanderzam in the corner. Dennis and Bragg checking him right on top. I think Vanderzam's content just to let the shot clock expire here. He's pinned up against the boards. Great work to kill. 30 gets out. That shot after the clock had expired. Up the floor now, it's Bragg. Three minutes to go in the power play for the Timbermen. McAlpine works it from the top of the house. Waits a pass from McNutt. Gets it. McAlpine, back pass. Grabbed by Hannerhan. Give and go. Now McNutt gets a shot off. That bouncer saved by Abrams. Brenzel for the Timbermen. Looking up top. It's snatched away by the Bears. They're up the floor with numbers. Shot from Snow misses wide. Goes up and out of play. And another penalty here. This one going against the Bears. It's Ryan Johnson. Unnecessary slash there gets called. 5-on-3 now. This is a real test for the Bears. If we're able to see we do see their bench, a lot of players resting on the bench, just looking exhausted, and understandably so. Curtis gets a shot off. That's saved by Abrams.
2 minutes for slashing. Johnson for slashing. Time that penalty.
Launched down the floor. Masters corrals it and bounces it ahead for Arsenal. Brenzel fakes a pass, works it to McNutt. McNutt for hand, clean look. That one just ripped off the bar. Goes up and out of play, fresh 30. Hand sends it down low, but Brenzel couldn't get a shot off. Loose ball goes towards the boards. Hand first on it. Darts in, darts out. Finds a lane, uses a screen. That shot saved by Abrams. 5-on-3 for another minute 25 unless the Timbermen are able to score. Mohawk protecting the ball, working down low, just using his body to push Parker Sands away. Lions right on top of him. Mohawk battling to try and keep things moving. The ball squirts free now. It's Parker Sands. He gets across center. Fires it in deep for Bradshaw, Aaron Bradshaw. Back against the grain. It's Brenzel driving. That bouncer misses wide, goes up and out of play. It'll be Bears ball. 11:10 to go here in this one. Snow. Here's the bench yelling, take your time, as he sends it back up top. Patterson. Just running around, killing the clock before he's knocked loose, and back up the floor. It'll be the Timbermen. 25 seconds in this 5-on-3. Keegan White switches off with Cole Handerhan. All the way back up top. The Bears trying to clog up the high slot from the side angle. That's available behind the back shot from Handerhan. Saved, fresh 30. About to be 5-on-4. McNutt is a man right on top of him. Handerhan gets a shot through, scooped up by Bradshaw. 2 huge saves by Goa Abrams. Back up the floor now, it's Vanderzam. And this should be it. Looks like the Bears are going to escape this situation unscathed. Inside 10 minutes now, and we are back to even strength in Millbrook. Shot from range, handled by Masters. He looks up floor. Dishes off for Parker Sands on the check down. Sands works it into the corner. Up top for Lions. He slings it across the zone. It's Braden Smith. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Smith brings it to the top of the house, drops it off, gets it right back, works off a couple screens and cuts right back against the grain and fires one through, but it misses. 1 second on the clock. Shoots, resets into the corner, and Bradshaw has it. Aaron Bradshaw letting things develop. A lot of lanes clogged up. Timbermen struggling to get a good, clean look. Whiteford taking his time, working the ball across center and just posting up where the hockey blue line would be. Whiteford through the seam. There's a shot from Pedwell. That one misses wide. Bomberry trying to get one in. 1 second on the shot clock to get one on net, but Masters squeezes that one up. Dished ahead, it's Crow. John Crow. Works it to Kochi Nakamura, now Smith. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Up top for McAlpine. Jack McAlpine sends it across the zone. Brenzel checked hard as he works into the corner, sends one right across. Reset on the clock as Nakamura dove through to try to get one on net, but it's picked up by the Bears. Mohawk, long pass, in all alone is Snow, he scores. The 5th of the game for Heron Snow makes it 15-10 Bears. Great heads-up look there from Jonah Mohawk. We've seen the Bears doing that a handful of times, just trying to avoid having everybody run up the floor, sending one man and sneaking in behind the coverage of the Timbermen. Nakamura scoops that one back towards his players, but it's Mohawk coming out with the ball. He's checked hard by Jackson. Was able to get a pass off for Whiteford. Whiteford behind the back pass, finds Van der Zam. Down low for Bradshaw. That shot saved by Masters. Masters with the bouncer up the floor for White. He's got Curtis streaking, but he'll just hold on to it. Let things set up offensively. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. McNutt brings it to the top, shoots. Squeezed by Abrams. As the Bears have a chance at the other end. Another long-range pass. That connection successful. Shot saved by Masters, and back up the floor come the Timbermen. Here's Dennis. Bryce Dennis has 2 on the evening. He dishes it down low up top now for Braden Smith. He's got 1 himself. Brenzel drops the shoulder and drives. Burt keeps him from getting to the net. Now McAlpine's going to try. He gets a shot off. Reset. They scoop it up, and Brenzel gets one on the board. Matt Brenzel's first of the game. That makes it 15-11 with 6:39 to go in the 4th quarter. Parker Sands driving through, scooping up the ball and just getting in there on the offensive zone. Passes one through. Keegan White's trying to drive. Snow knocks that ball out of his stick. Bouncing ball. Grabbed by White. He's pinned up against the boards, but finds Bragg. In behind now, it's hand in front. White gets a shot off. McNutt grabs it on the reset. Loose ball. Hannerhan grabs it near side boards. Less than 6 to go now. Hannerhan carries it up top, doesn't like what he sees, drops back into safety and works it up top. Pass a little bit too hard, is turned over. Another man in all alone. It's Snowy. A hard impact in behind the play as well. We saw a few players down, no idea what happened, no penalties. So we'll play on. Bomberry trying to create some space for Whiteford. Whiteford utilizes it, makes a pass. Now a chance down low for the Bears. They score. Pretty play there, capped off by the diving Dawit Martin. Score now 16-11. $5:15 to go here between the Timbermen and the Bears. The score 16-11. Possession grabbed by the Timbermen off the draw. Bragg finds Dennis. Dennis chased out of the scoring area. Now that pass through the zone misses its mark. Timbermen running out of time here. Once again, the Bears bench just yelling to slow things down. Mohawk down low for Bomberry. He gets a shot, saved by Masters. Masters checks it down to Parker Sands. He bounces it ahead to Lyons. There's Brad Lyons working it up the floor. Launched in deep. Chance in front. Smith, that's saved. Quick transition back the other way with numbers. Johnson holds. Sends it across. That shot saved by Masters into the corner on the fresh shot clock now. Van der Zalm. Shot from Snow. Didn't reset the clock. 13 seconds to work with now for the Bears. Johnson swims. Whiteford. He gets a shot that resets things as we are inside 4 minutes to go now in Millbrook. Keegan White drives across center. Awaits the offensive reinforcements as he sends it across to Jack McAlpine. Skip step, driving. McAlpine with the ball just squirts out of his stick. And with 3:24 to go, we'll take a break. 16-11 the score. We'll be right back for the conclusion of this one from Millbrook. Just got to grow them. There you go. 16-11 the score as the Bears lead the Timbermen. 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Whiteford working it up at the top of the zone. Passed in. Whiteford streaking, trying to get a shot off. Nearly missed that one. And beautiful goal there from Kyle Pedwell. Behind the back, over the shoulder as he darted in front and beats Ryan Masters. 17-11 now for the Bears. .307 remaining in the fourth quarter as the Ohsweken Bears lead 17-11 over the Peterborough Timbermen. Fresh off a Bears timeout after a pretty goal from Kyle Pedwell, his second of the game. Right through on the draw is Dennis. He's just going to go right to the net. Saved by Abrams. Rebound, and they bury that one. It's Justin Bragg driving through, getting on the board. 17-12 now. Ball comes back to center. Just a little bit more than 3 minutes to go here. Ball goes right to Bragg off the draw. Kick back to John Crow. Dennis up top for White. Keegan White fakes a shot, has some space, runs into a man, over the shoulder shot. That's saved by Abrams. Abrams ahead for Mohawk. Mohawk across center, checked closely by Arsenault. 2.5 to go now. Big hit there from Parker Sands. He sends Whiteford down to the turf. Bomberry with the lane. That bouncer doesn't get on net. Into the corner. 1 second for a shot. They get it, but it's picked up by Masters and passed ahead. Keegan White got at quickly. Dishes it off to Connor Curtis. Less than 2 to go. Braden Smith down low, looking for a return pass as he drives. It's Cole Hanrahan getting chopped as he works it up top. Off a screen, it's Smith driving. That bouncer goes wide and the ball turned over. Bears will work it back up the floor. Minute 42 to go. Mohawk. Long pass connects as he sends it up the floor. Bomberry to Whiteford. Whiteford's pass just missing. It's scooped up still, though, by the Bears. They get a reset, but Masters is going to grab this ball. A minute 17 to go now. Lions sends it up, heads off. McAlpine works it back down low. So a shot from Dennis as he gets back on the board. There's Bryce Dennis with his third of the game, but just a minute and 4 to go in this one. 17-13 the score. Timbermen need a goal every 15 seconds, essentially. Huge draw here. And it's picked up by the Bears. Vanderzam has Sands right on top of him. He'll dish it. The Bears just trying to go to space right now and kill the clock. Less than 50 seconds to go. Johnson. Sands harassing him up top. Johnson spins away from the check. And now he's got a lane to the net. Johnson fakes a shot and just going to hold on to it, escape, bounce out. Another chance. He gets in and falls into the crease. 32 seconds remain. As Masters has got to get the ball up the floor. Bounce to center. Just barely getting across in time, and the ball goes up and out of play. 22 seconds on the clock. One last chance down low. Whiteford saved by Masters. Picked up by the Timbermen. It's McAlpine. Turned over down low. 15 seconds to go now as they battle in the Timberman zone. Bragg's going to get on his horse with 10 seconds remaining. Pass it ahead and drive the lane. Saved by Abrams. Rebound picked up by White. He'll bring it up top, and that will do it in this one. An impressive effort from the Ohsweken Bears as they improve to 2-8 on the season, breaking a 5-game losing streak. 17-13, the final score here in Millbrook as they drop the Peterborough Timbermen. I'm Dan Malta. Hope you enjoyed the game.